Hello, everyone. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. Welcome to this episode of WIP FM 113.0, organized by IEEE Power and Energy Society Young Professionals Women in Power. This particular monthly talk show is intended to introduce the power and energy leaders, experts, and young professionals who have excelled in their field to share their experiences and to give you the motivation, the inspiration, and the kind of opportunities that are available in this power and energy sector. So today we have with us a very senior member from IEEE, a woman who has been uh, there in the power and energy sector for almost 4 decades. She is the former Women in Power Chair of IEEE Power and Energy Society 2020-2021, and she's the former Secretary General CSEE 2009-13. She's none other than Dr. Ruomei Li. Dr. Li, welcome to this talk show. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to join the activities.
Thank you so much. Thanks for accepting my invitation. I know you are quite famous among the IEEE community, but for our young listeners and also whoever is watching this particular show, if you could please introduce yourself, touching upon your educational and cultural background.
Oh, yeah. I have the 3 degrees. The first 2 degrees I got in China. Then the third degree is in the UK. Okay. I think you have already given the introduction. Actually, because of the China's cultural revolution, I got my degree. Is quite late, but yeah. Then after my first degree, I have my daughter, my family. But after 4 years work in the power dispatch center in the grid company, then I decided to promote my career, to promote my academic level. So I decided to go to Beijing, the capital Beijing of China. That's the place I was born at. And to have my second degree, to start research on what? Mainly pump storage. Is how to simulate, how to cooperate with other generation sources. Yeah, for many years, just pump storage. Then I worked in China, April. Yeah, in the power system operation planning and long time planning. Then I decided to promote my academic level again. Why? Because I've been to Singapore and met some friends. They said if you go study abroad, out of China, would learn much more. Then I got a chance to UK. Firstly, with Ran Allen for power system reliability research. Later to Bath University with another Ran professor, and to make the power electronics study. Yeah, for some years, for totally 4 years. Then got my degree back to China again. Then later, just I'm doing the research. I got the award, and later I was recommended to China Society of Electrical Engineering, CSWE. That's the largest community of power electrical engineering. Just since my professional as a society, I'm CEO, Secretary General, in charge of every work. From then on, I started to really doing the international organization work, join the CIGRE. Yeah, everyone know if you go to electrical engineering CIGRE, actually, I have a very good cooperation with the CIGRE India National Committee. Yeah, the Power Grid Committee, some of them. That is CIGRE for many years. 2000, my first CIGRE meeting were Bangalore, India, 2005. Yeah, that's the first time I went to the country. That's very impressive, actually. India is very active, actually, in the CIGRE. Yeah, we are in this executive council, steering committee. Later, that's my later to to the organization, to IEEE. IEEE joined the 1999. I'm in the conference. I got the award, but actually doing the work, organization work, IEEE is from 2004. Joined the organize different active committees. My professional work was completed. Not completed. I'm retired in the 2015, but I never leave my professional work. I'm still doing both the international organization and also in the energy field. Now how to reduce CO2, in our field. Okay.
That was a very detailed note of your professional background. I was actually about to ask you why you opted UK for your higher studies, and I think for one answer you already covered. That was for better educational opportunities. But any specific reason why UK was opted for your studies?
Pardon, could you please, repeat your question? What for my studies? Sorry, because this is voice not very clear.
Okay,
What?
no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually wondering why you opted UK for your studies, higher studies. Any specific reason?
Yes, because because of this cultural revolution, I said everything is different. 10 years, no opportunity. So when I make a first, second degree, I'm older than other people. Actually, 3 years or 4 years older, and not graduate in the top university. So in the top number one research institute in China. You are older than other 2-3 years older, and you are not a top community, but always make different opinion, always different. I never follow anyone. Then I don't think I'm respected, my opinion, everything. So I want to change my life, really. I want to change the environment. And when I went to UK, I would say in my first degree, I'm now 3 years older actually than others. I feel, my older problem, I'm older than other people. The young people are 3 years older than me. Then I feel not confidence. When I make second degree, I'm normally 10 years younger, older, no, maybe 8 or 9 years old than older than other people. I feel no confidence. But I want to tell you, when I went to UK, Manchester University, UMass, then Bath University, no problem. The most impressive thing is in UK, everyone is respected. No matter what's your background, your mother, your something, no matter, you're women, you're elder than I'm nearly, at my beginning, my 40, I started my degree something. No people say that you are not, you should go away, you should, no. everyone respected. I am the one always work till what? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the library, sometimes the whole night, because the Bath University open 24 hours a day. The
Oh, okay.
people respected. They just let me say, please, your security, but I stay in the campus. And at that time, the only job, what job, 2 hours work in the library to something every day, 2 hours. They give to me because they want to help me. That's why, in Bath University, that's for many years, there is one scholarship with my name. I now still make devotion to the university. Every year has 3 people's scholarship. Why? Because in my most difficult time, they support me. I
Hmm.
want to help more young people. Okay.
Okay, that's nice. And after your masters, you came back to China, and currently you're working as a research fellow.
PhD, not master. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you did. Yeah, and then you came back to China, and right now you're working as a research fellow in the Sichuan Energy Research Institute. So, how was your work there? If you can.
Actually, I'm working now in many organizations, not only one. Yeah, in my CV, always I only selected a little few. There, yeah, just that I'm the invited researcher, and actually, providing my advisors, and just discussing with the young people about their research topic, about their method, about their path. But at the moment, I am only taking another project. I'm the one of the responsible for sub project still in China April for the energy international energy field for this the high technology policy, the investigation how reduce CO2. That is.
Okay. So, in that, if young professionals are starting to come in, what kind of opportunities are available in this field? I think there should be n number of things, but if you can recollect some key roles that they can avail in their career, what would those be?
And actually, I would say, yeah, the different countries, even I'm a moment, I'm in the US, and different countries, they have different opportunities. But for the young people, let's say, if young student or the graduate student, in the industry, still, the renewable energy is one thing. Another thing is to make how to say that the storage technology. But at the moment, I'm full and have not published my paper yet. But at the moment, I'm focused on what? How to increase the energy efficiency, not only generation efficiency, T&D efficiency. I think the customer powers efficiency to reduce their reduce their CO2 emission. And for the young people, they can involve in industry. Now, still, the new energy like the PV, like the wind energy, right? The nuclear is not big as market, but still there. This new renewable, they still in my country, they can make the manufacture things, and they can make this how to operation, how the maintenance, and they can make the design and the operation control, and and how to promote, how to increase, update the new technology. How's that? increase their efficiency, how to utilize, I mean, the new energy. But actually, the most, I think, I just submitted my report a few days ago. Actually, I think the most efficient thing is to realize our target for the IPCC's target, 2025, to reduce the CO2 emission is to reduce the energy consumption.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, I think, it will be, I think, the near future or the futures, the people's focus,
Okay.
because they are most effective.
That sounds like a lot of opportunities coming in, and especially with the recent COP26, the conference that happened in Glasgow, which for many of the countries, they were being asked to come up with a policy that states about the carbon reduction,
Yeah,
carbon emission
that's
reduction.
last year, the
Yeah.
classicals. Yeah,
Yes.
this year we are preparing for. We want to, in my organization, we are preparing the report for the submission.
Okay.
How to do the World Fed. I have a different organization. Yeah, and always I'm in the executive council of the World Federation of Engineers. So, the engineer, they different. They from the energy, they from the power, they from civilization, the civil engineering. We work together for that. But still, the energy industry, they have contributed what? 40% of CO2 emission. So our industry is most important, and that provides lots of opportunities for our professional people.
Yeah, so for that part, how have you seen the growth of renewable industry in China? How are the opportunities there?
Yeah, the renewable energy, we have lots of products. My friend, he's doing in one of the top manufacturer, the sun power. But the largest market is not in China.
Oh,
One in India, right? He said
yeah,
he's very happy.
that's
I
what
have
I
sold a lot of that. And in other country, why? Because no, many manufacturers, because we just installation. The problem is the utilization of renewable energy is not very good.
Okay.
Why? I would say the people would say technology. I would say the number one for utilization is a policy. If you have not a good policy, market environment, how to encourage the people for they use it? No. Yeah. I'm just recently in US, we talk about they have similar, but the government give the very good policy, and every state in the US, they have different policy. The best is from California. So I think in the future, now and the future, and our students, not only in the technology, but we should give some of them, yeah, the folks, and give suggestions to our government. Okay.
Okay. And recently, I saw an article related to California state that most of their electricity demand was met by the renewables. It was towards the last day of April, somewhere there. And last year in 2021, the same was being met by Southern Australia as well. And but again, the problem is it's just for very few time, and
Yeah.
it doesn't happen for 24/7 because of this intermittence in wind and also solar. It's quite not possible to meet all of the demand with renewables,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
that is one of the reasons. And
Yeah.
people actually don't know how to uh, completely utilize this renewable source, as you said. So once we have the policy in place, it should be possible to have more renewable power, to have this clean energy being produced rather than depending upon fossil fuels or coal or something that causes carbon emission.
Yeah, you are right. And because in US it has advantage. You have so rich resources, gas resources, oil resources, and the energy storage technology is very good, but not in every country like that. Okay, and I would say in before we see the biggest power system. I'm in the dispatch center. We control everything, dispatch everything, but in the future, from now, yeah, at my moment in the future, the diversity, the distributed and integrated, that would be the trend. So I think the local, the supply and keep, even some coal, yeah, even the oil, even some, is the keep a steady power electric supply is most important. Based on this, we can doing more things. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree to what you said. So, Dr. Rumi, you have been in the professional background for almost 4 decades, close to 40 years, or even more than that. So, what is your view on women's growth and participation in the power and energy sector over these years? How has it been?
I would say uh, when I was younger, my dream is just one day I can climb on the on the VH high power the voltage line. I just doing like electric like worker, the electric doing the things for transformer, for line, for breaker, everything I do myself. I just want to do it. But later, the thing is, for the real operation in the, for example, substation like that, and the generation plants, the women have some disadvantages. Okay, and they are actually they doing this operation work, on-site work. The men has advantage. They are better. Okay, and women always, you have family, have children. You cannot like, other the young the men's when they need, you work day and night, and work here and going to other province, other place. No, women cannot leave their children. So I think, yeah, even in China, our state grid, I'm in that company. That's one of the largest. What women or most women do you know? Computer
Okay.
and
Sounds
power
very
seller, okay, electric seller, market, and okay, the secretary in the office. Lots of people do that, but it's not fair. Why? Yeah, we can do it because women has is the talent. What talent? Normally, they have more ideas for innovation, and they know the customer's side better than others. So why not we get more women involved in the power policy strategy, and yes, and marketing, and our planning. Okay, and women also has good, very good capability in the communication. So for the customer service would be better. Not always stay in the office and doing my computer work.
true.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think this actually reminds me of one of the things that I've heard in the sessions, that the main issue with women is the imposter syndrome. Even though they know they're good at certain things, it takes some time for them to accept it, to understand that they have the potential within them. They are capable of doing it, unless and until somebody else, either their colleague, family, or friends, they come and tell you that okay, you are good in such things. Why not take it forward? So maybe because of that, we see less participation of women in power sector. And I totally agree to the fact that on-site work demands more manpower, and especially with the remote areas where we have wind farms or solar farms, it is quite hard for women to go there, stay there, and do the job. The first question that comes to the minds of family is the safety of women. How are you going to stay there all alone? How will you manage with all these things? And these questions actually make them little weak, even though they know they have the ability. So maybe
Yeah.
these are the things that cause less participation. But do you think the involvement of women has increased over the years, when you compare what was
Uh,
20
yeah,
years back?
I would say in China for these years, and the women's, I think for these 5, I have we have made the investigation 2016 or 2013, yeah, 2000 now, nearly 10 years. The percentage of women, and especially like in state grid, the women engineer now become taking the more important positions, because of what? Our technology advanced. We have an artificial the intelligence. Okay, lots of things you don't need now. Normally, don't need you climb to hide the line. You just doing no. We have the robot. Lots of things can do that. We have an advantage, and I would think, to me, the people always sometimes jealous of me. How you do it, Because my daughter, she's always excellent, #1 university graduate, and now go to the different university abroad. Now I was just currently, she's in Stanford University as a researcher, and she has joined us project like a national prize when she was in UK. She's still, yes, like her work now. And
Okay.
sometimes I work, she still work every day working at Stanford. How I left her for many years to Beijing, to the UK, and always, but I would say, please understand the mother, father's behavior to the children is better than what you said to them, your behavior to them.
True.
Yeah, the gene is one thing, not the #1. Just your behavior. They would be affected, affected by you, okay? And as a women, and if you want to make success, I was educated from when I was young. You have to pay more time than men, but you will achieve more. Why? I will say that fact, in the whole world, globally, we have the data. The women's life is about 4 years, 4 to 5 years, normally 4 years longer than men. You contributed more. You stay in this life more. You have to work more. Yeah, you have to work longer. That is.
Okay. I think that's a very good example and a very good thought process that you have brought in. So, considering that, do you think there are any particular barriers for women to enter the power and energy sector? So, we know some challenges that are happening within the sector when you are already in it. But if somebody wants to enter the power and energy sector, are there any kind of specific barriers for women?
This world now has a lot of big change. I would say diversity. distributed. And before, always we folks, I started beginning of 1980s. We need to supply the electricity. We have to keep supply. Okay, what I focus on is just the keep power and the whole energy, electricity consumed, how this the consumption, the line, and how to dispatch the generation plant and the line, which line you have the power. But now the whole world has changed. What has changed? The customer side is more important. And the customer requirement, it can be changed. Why can change? If you change the price, at this time, the price more. At that time, price less. Okay, that changed. And if you give them, okay, you are at the top of your house, you have a PV, and you can have some benefit. Okay, I do that. And we'll see. If you use LED or use other, and it's much, much better than the normal like light because it reduces electricity. That is in the policy making that the women has a very, very good point. And another thing is most of the challenge to us is a natural disaster and non-natural, no war disaster. So we need that. We need resilience of power system. Okay, that women has the advantage of that because of what? The women has direct feeling. They will see the future, what's the future or near future, what the trends of this, the outside environment. What's the trends of the customers required, different industry, commercial business, and just the people. That is they were born with that, their advantage. So I think women should give more voice. Once they prove their voice, opinion is good, is right. Then if I'm a boss, okay, I use you as a manager or something, then they can have their play their capabilities very better. Okay.
Okay. I like the way you changed the barriers into creating more opportunities for women. Though you mentioned about the challenges that are going to happen for women, but you also said the solution, or at least gave a spark to identifying what kind of solution can be brought to that. That was really wonderful. Thanks, Romeo, for that. You mentioned you work as a researcher there. So, is how research is important in one's career? Do you have any kind of tips for the researchers in order to grow or excel in their work? Anything that they need to
For many years, I'm just making the software. At that time, I have to do the software myself. Yes, of course. From this software, from this simulation, I can find, okay, that's easy to make results. But make me it's better, because I'm good at mathematics. But actually, I would say, make research is, first thing is your research results based on what? Your data resource. You have to get a reliable data resource. Otherwise, it's not have influence. Okay. Another thing is you have to communicate. You have to use better, get the better supervisor. What? The high level supervisor. Not only yours, but maybe someone, because they can promote you to make the further things. They can increase your research level.
Okay.
If you're only about yourself, then because as the young people, They only, because if your research can take a function, they avoid the area. But at young people, oh no, I don't know, I only doing that. You spend lots of time, the effect is limited. And actually, your supervisor, high-level supervisor, would promote you, introduce to the more people. You have more business opportunities. So
Okay.
I say the supervisor very important. Okay.
That's a very good point. This actually reminds me of my uh, research work, which I did back in like in college. So I really felt that the supervisor or the project advisor plays a key role, because he or she will be able to guide you in the right direction, where to search what information. If you don't know, you can approach the advisor and he or she can guide you on what to search, and that would actually give you the right answer, or at least the right approach that you need to take in. That's actually a very good point. Thanks, Rumi, for catching up that. We have been hearing about your professional life, the research work that you are doing. Uh, Now, let me just dive into your volunteering activities, and especially with this IEEE, where you have made significant contributions, especially with the Power and Energy Society, and also specifically Power and Energy Society Women in Power. So, how has been your involvement with IEEE? Did you start off with from your college days, or did you join IEEE as a professional member?
When I joined not join the member, when I joined the IEEE activities, actually, I was doing my PhD study the last time. Yeah. That's in Hungary. Yeah. Budapest, 1999. And it's amazing, okay, because I don't know, for my give the presentation, okay, they said you have having award. And when I contact people, because I only make PhD, I contact the high level people, and they are very, very kind, discussing things with me. And when I see, oh, so many products, I'll say, okay, and I know what really happened to in this field. Just that I want to say thing, maybe not these folks, is in my first degree, when I talk with things, what I had learned, the people should be very, very important is your reputation. And everything you have to do, have done, or you doing should be true. Otherwise, if something you worked, but if you have reference, take some other reference, you have to make it, to express. Otherwise, once your reputation is done, then then you have not a good future in this career. Yeah,
It probably takes
that's
a lot of time.
and later, really, I joined IEEE is quite late, is 2012, because I joined CIGRE much earlier, beginning 2004. So why I joined IEEE? Because at that time I'm a CEO of society. I want to know what's the regulation of IEEE to get so many individual membership. How are they doing this service IEEE? That's my motivation to join that. Okay.
Okay. That's a very different answer. I have not heard anybody saying this kind of approach or this kind of reason for joining IEEE. So mostly what I have heard about is either to connect with people, or to know about the latest technology trends that is happening. So these are some of the common things that I've heard when you ask someone, why did you join IEEE? But this is a very peculiar answer, and I liked it a lot. And so, how did you end up being part of Power and Energy Society Women in Power? You were the former chair of WIP. How was your role in WIP? So you faced
I was recommended by other people to become the Women Power Committee in China, the chair, 2018. Okay, because they know I said that what if very known in the power industry, so everyone know me. So they want me to organize the activities. But the second year, I was awarded by Wanda, the reader, the Pioneer Engineering IPS Award. So when the people recommend me to nominate me to be the WIP chair, actually my husband he's a fellow, but he's not agreed to that. He think I should do the research, but I would get an award. I should make contribution to this organization. That's I started my Women in Power chair in 2019 actually, but I let the former chair doing that. The real work started in the beginning of 2020. I would say, your question, I would say, what a challenge to be the leader of one of the just community. The first challenge is you have to know the regulation. If you don't know the regulation, how you do the work? Okay. What's my power? And what can I use? What can I decide? What I have to to get some improvement? I think that Jessica gave me lots of instruction. The elected chair, and the second thing is because I'm a long time being the high level people in my country. Because I'm the CEO, the Secretary General of the community, the largest one. And how to motivate people, the team member, let them do the work. Yeah, actually, I nominated two from India. One is AJ, he's very active. Another is AJ. Is AJ recommend to me. Because I'm really tend to get young people, and how to give the motivation to them. What they are, the people, they are not just you have the position, you will do the work. You have the motivation.
Yeah.
And what's the motivation? Normally, people want to do that. Just I want to do the things better. I want to make the people recognize them. I want to be respected by the people, okay? And of course, the money is for this volunteer organization, the money is no problem. And so what I used, firstly, I started working group, let people be doing some like stage, working group chair, okay, give the responsibility. And I let all the responsibility, the regional something. Please, you organize activity. You don't need to be approved by me, okay? And I think the most impressive thing is never before in this PSGM women session, I studied organized session. And the two sessions, one technical session, one the social session. I make, I think, 2 hours for 8 speakers. Normally, no. Maybe 6 or 8 is, I make 8, just 2 hours, 2 hours. Why? Different opening, keynote, and the short talking, and brief, just 3 or 5 minutes. Or 2-3 minutes, give the people more opportunities to express themselves, to make themselves well known. Okay, that's the one thing. And another thing is I started the award in this women committee because I asked, do I have a power? They say, you can do whatever as long as you just on behalf of the organization of yourself, not on behalf of the whole PES. Then I started the three, three prize, three, yeah, like that award in my committee. And the most thing is my pity, not too complete, is just the open every position of the every chapter. We have many chapters, actually 200 for PS, more than 100. Open that position to everyone member. You apply for that. And
Mm.
okay, but when I was appointed, I have 4 years term, okay, in my letter. But then later I decided, yeah, everyone have 4 years, how to get opportunity to others. I short my term 2 years, and I just make decision. Yeah, get the support from most of my team. Everyone position just for 2 years. Why? Let other people have it. And after 2 years, what do? You can apply for other things. We have many committees, we have many societies. Okay, then you have got more opportunity, more experience. Okay.
I like that approach. Like normally people won't go for this scenario that shortening the tenure from if you have say 4 years and you made it to 3 years. Normally people don't do that. I really appreciate the way you thought about it, the way you thought of giving more opportunities to others. That's a really wonderful approach, and I really appreciate that. And I also liked the way you dealt with the team in the women in power specifically, like let the team do, and that's a very nice approach. So that will give them a sense of responsibility. So if there is any kind of idea that the team has proposed or a particular individual in the team has proposed, and if he or she is given a green signal, not on the official note basically, so that would give them a sense of feeling that, oh, uh, I have got the opportunity to bring in something, and that will instill the kind of responsibility that they have. So uh, that's also a really wonderful approach. So, Rumi, what actually keeps you motivated in IEEE and alongside with your work?
Actually, I would say I don't want to talk too long. That's I'm the different character. Even the people they have power, they would say left, I would say right. They would say go that way. I would think why not other way. So
Okay.
I think yeah, and I think my life is my own. Maybe people think you have no power. Okay, you have retired. Oh, you are getting old or something. But I just think, as long as I am in this world, every day's life, every day's time was controlled by myself.
Mm.
Yeah, I would make the things happen. What happened for your life can be restarted from any time. For example, my life can be restarted from today. I will make it because my most advantage is I'm very healthy. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. That's actually a very good thought, because normally people, uh, at least some of them, they just kind of rigorously do something, stating that okay, my tenure is going to end, or the time that I have is going to end, so I should be doing this as soon as possible. But this approach is something different. And I could actually see, from whatever that I have asked, you had a very different answer for all of the questions. What I have heard from the past speakers, they all had a common way of answering, but yours is something peculiar and very different, and that gives me a sense of inspiration. Uh, I wish that you continue to do this in the same way, so that you could inspire other young professionals and also other, especially female engineers out there, because getting some unique answers have a lot of impact in their life. So Thank you so much for that. If you can actually say or give a piece of advice or guidance to our young professionals who are going to enter this power and energy sector, what would that be? What should they do in order to sustain in this particular sector?
Yeah, and actually, the energy center and energy industry, I think, is wide industry because it can include everything. Even the the building, the manufacture, the civil engineering, lots of things. But I just think everyone, they have their interest, they have their talents. Okay, if you be involved in this field, you can find your advantages, your interest. So the most actually effective innovation or something, you need your interest. And I think you should, at a very young time, you should find what's your interest, what's your talent. And if you have no special interest, you would do much better. Interest and talent, and make the efforts. That's what. And what I want to add something. As an organizer, I'm always doing the organizer work. I'm doing some different. I'm a moderator, always I should stand in the platform to see the people or to make the speech. But I'm always go downstairs.
On the
I will
backstage?
stand on the gate and I will see from the people, the participants back to see what they are doing. And I found in some speeches, the people would listen to. But a lot of speeches, people what they're doing. They are looking, they are just watching their mobile.
Okay.
So everyone's time is valuable. If you want to make an opportunity, they want to organize something, you have to think more about the participants' interest, their requirement, not just for yourself. Oh, I'm organizing what? What your real effect you bring to your audience, to your customers. Okay.
I think that's a good learning point for me also, because as an organizer, I should also be starting to think more on the participants' perspective. And I remember Bosanna Pasik Duncan. I hope you know her. She also takes this particular aspect into more of importance. Like when you are organizing an event, you should understand what the actual outcome should be. Whom are you targeting? And what benefit are they going to get out of this event? So I think you also resonate the same point. Like you should be thinking from the participant perspective and not on the organizer point of view. And that's a very good point. And also for the young professionals out there, a very key message that you have given us to develop the interest on what they are doing or what they want to do, and also to make the effort in order to bring up their talent. And that's also something as a takeaway out of this talk, I would say. Thank you so much for all of your insights. And I think it's about to wind up the show. On behalf of IEEE Power and Energy Society Young Professionals team, I would like to thank Rumi for accepting my invitation to be on this talk show and
Thank you.
spending your time with me and also our audience. And I hope the insights that you shared have inspired them, and also as they inspired me. Thank you so much once again, and I hope to
Thank you.
collaborate with you in future also. And
Okay.
thanks to all of our listeners. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye. May I leave now?
Rasha.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.